Hey, what up YouTube? CC here today. We're going to be talking over the Weekend League highlight video today, just to give you guys more of my insight of how the weekend really went. I know we've just been doing music and stuff, but still the highlights are just going to play behind. So I really felt this weekend was interesting. The game definitely felt a little different, and I'm not sure if it was gameplay wise or just me or just you guys. But it seems lately that a lot of things that used to work, especially defensively, no longer work. And a lot of things offensively that didn't work now work. So I'm not sure if that's patch related or what, but it's just a lot of the zones just don't seem to be playing as well. I'm not sure if thresholds changed or what really. But the game definitely felt very different this weekend. And I think, you know, what aids that is the fact that I think there was fewer people playing, so you're getting matched up with the better players more. When I say better players, I mean the 15 win plus players, not the people who play a couple games and then quit out and don't ever finish their weekend league, stuff like that. Because it was a rough weekend. I mean, I know that I still finished with 21 wins, and I know that's you know, for a lot of people that would be amazing, and that's what you guys should strive towards. Top 100, keep fighting, keep going. But I know for myself, I do expect a little bit better. And even with the 21 wins, I don't feel like I played great to get 21 wins. I felt like I was kind of lucky at times, because I had a really bad stretch. So if you guys watched my other video, you saw that I started out 5-0, and then I went on a 5-4 run between like Friday and Saturday, and then we finished by winning the last 11. And you know, I'm okay with losing, right? I understand. A lot of times you can't win the games. Maybe you're playing bad, maybe EA goes against you, maybe it's both. And if you're playing a good player, it's really, really hard to overcome anything unfortunate that comes your way. Now, I would say for like the first 15-ish games, I was causing fumbles, but I literally could not recover a fumble. And offensively, I run on conservative, and I was fumbling 2 or 3 times a game, which is really weird. Now, when I fumble with the quarterback on conservative, I think that's perfectly normal. That's fine. I should understand that. I need to get down. That's on me. But when it's the running backs, when it's even some of the wide receivers, I just don't really understand what the point of running on conservative is if you can just fumble multiple times a game, right? We know that the average NFL statistics for fumbles is not very high. And in Madden, it's always a little bit higher, and it seems, oh shit, it seems to be pretty high recently. You know, if you're running unbalanced or aggressive and you fumble, there's nothing really you should complain about, in my opinion, because conservative should be the only way where, like, hey, you should be able to hold on to the ball, not be as effective with, you know, your juke moves, your spin moves, your trucking. I'm okay with that trade-off because I'm not very good at those things anyway, so I honestly might as well as just not do it. But that's okay. It's okay. So this was the stretch right here where I was actually playing bad. Now, I did play good this game against Ghost Dog. But it was more that I got out to like a really good start, and I wasn't playing necessarily great. But, you know, we get a pick the first play, and then an instant touchdown, and you get the ball back, and then you're playing well again, and he ran commit for some. I don't know. It was weird, but it did help us get along. And then you see, you know, we take a lead right before half, and okay, I was feeling good. I thought that, like, I felt like I got it out of the way. But I kept playing players who had, you know, a brain, which is the interesting thing. When I say that players with a brain means that they're actually adjusting. They know what's going on. They know the tips and the tricks and the good and the bad within the game, and they know how to, you know, attack and counter what I'm trying to do, offensively and defensively, right? When they see what I'm running on defense, they try to do stuff. This game, this man in particular, he was playing really good defense on me all game long, but there were certain times he would go into a defense which I just didn't understand what he was doing. And then he would just get hurt, you know, like this play was, I mean, I don't know, his safety or his user glitched out there. So good for us. But random stuff like that was happening. Like, why was he not able to tackle me? I'm the benefactor, but I still don't understand why that happened there. It shouldn't happen there. It shouldn't happen there. And there was a lot of people all week long trying to bomb you down the middle with John Ross. And I got hit with it a few times. But for the most part, I figured out, okay, once I saw someone was trying to do it, I readjusted myself safely to the point where I wasn't really giving anything else up, but I was doing enough to make sure that it wasn't just going to be complete, right? I'm not necessarily get an interception with it. I mean, that happened a lot. But, the goal really is to just not let them catch it, right? So this was like one of the last games at the end of my string here where like I was really struggling. You see like the score is really low in the fourth quarter. I just couldn't click on offense. My defense was playing pretty good, but offensively, I was throwing really bad picks. I was fumbling a lot. 3 of the 4 games I lost, I had the ball on the drive to win and fumbled all 3 times. In 2 of those games as well, because I think I was down more than 3 points in those games, so I had to get the touchdown, right? And in 2 of those games as well, I had the ball right before half, which in field goal range, just trying to play it pretty safe, and I fumbled there as well. So there was a lot of little instances of things that happened. Especially as I go back and I watch all my games, I see what I've done wrong. I see what happened. Another one of the games, he had a 4th down, and it was in his part of the field, and he threw a bad pass way deep downfield, and it got tipped and picked. And we didn't get any points, but if that ball is just batted down, we get the ball within field goal range, and then we probably win that game. Something as simple as that. So one thing I like to usually do, especially if I'm, seeing the ball pretty deep on 4th downs and stuff, I will click on and I will hold Y the entire play. Because I don't want the pick. I want the field position. Yeah, maybe you get a pick 6, but I would rather play it safe and get the ball in a little bit better spot. So, I mean, that's just me. But I did a little more incorporating of new things into my offense, right? We had Chris Johnson, and I wanted to try and use his speed a little bit at running back in the passing game. As we see here, getting a little sticky. But I really, really needed to make sure that I was, giving myself and my team and my players the best chance. And that man throws a low ball right into the spy. That's the problem with low ball sometimes. Sometimes it hits someone. But it was a lot of trial and error trying to get things out. I felt like I was in a funk. I didn't need to be in a funk. And here's a play right here, like I said, to Chris Johnson, where we're actually passing the ball out of the backfield. Great play. Awesome by me. And a lot of these games and a lot of these plays, I was really doing a good job of identifying what my opponents were doing on defense and how to counteract that. And that's why we ended up actually winning 21 games. It took a lot for me to actually win some of these games, to play well. We see this game right here. I'm showing you guys the fumble here. Chris Johnson just barely gets hit and fumble 6s, right? So we were down 21-7 in this game. And I'm mad. I'm really mad at that point. But you have to stay calm. You have to fight back. You have to learn and do what you do. Get a little bit lucky there. But we fought back this entire game. We played smart. We kept our head on our shoulders. And a little bit of John Ross there. I was waiting for him to press me. He finally did. Good job. And we ended up winning this game like 37-21. So we went on a 30-0 run after being down 14 early. And a lot of people quit in those situations. And I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to quit a game. I'm going to keep playing. I'm either going to learn what I'm doing wrong, learn what my opponent is doing well, and then just keep trying to learn and fight and fight and fight. Don't give up. There's no point. If you give up, you're not going to learn anything from the game. You're not going to take anything away from it. And that's a huge, huge key here. Huge key to me. And see, like what I did here is I noticed he was in man, so we put in Brandon Cooks, who's got the speed and all that we could use, and bam, bombed him away. Very cool. So, and then this is just the last game here. I had a couple good highlights in this game. One, this little run with Vic here was pretty awesome. But thank you all for tuning into the highlights. I appreciate it. I'm CC. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm out. Peace.